Good morning, everyone. I figured I would share with you guys a app I recently learned about for discussion posts specifically. It's called Parlay, and there's just really tons of uses for this. It makes any literature professor's job just a little easier. It helps you think of questions. It helps you analyze the data you get from certain discussion posts, and and it even kind of sort of helps you grade them. So let's check it out. Let's dive right in. Beginning here, we're going to go ahead and type it into the search bar, Parlay app. See what comes up. Here we are. Okay, so first thing you're going to want to do is sign in. So let's go ahead. I already have an account, but you could sign up. It's free. Of course, there's higher end versions you can get, but for now, I think all we need is just this one. Students here, of course, could enter a code to join their specific round table, is what they call it, which would be like the class you create in this app. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and log in. Okay, here we are. You would put whatever you want it to be about here in this here box. You would have it be you pick the grade level you like. It goes all the way from middle school through college level, and you can upload PDFs, URLs. I don't think we need to go that far for this demonstration. But yeah, so let's say I'm teaching my students about Wuthering Heights and feminism in the Victorian era, or conservatism in the Victorian era. I would go ahead and type in what I want. So create a post about conservatism. Oh, it's embarrassing, but that's what this technology is for. In the Victorian era, as depicted by Emily Bronte in Wuthering Heights. I could probably upload a like the novel itself here. That might help, especially if I wanted to go ask them to look specifically at a certain chapter. But that for like just this demonstration probably isn't necessary. So let's go ahead. Let's hit enter, and let's see how this comes out. There we go. It's generating. It's going to take a minute to think about it. Okay. On and on it goes. It should take about 15 seconds, it says. Let's see if that's true. There we go. So as you see, here we have a lot going on. So learning goals. We will explore the themes of conservatism in the Victorian era, yada, yada, yada. Just like we said, we have the keyword conservatism. Talk about societal norms, class distinctions, and the resistance or adherence to these social structures. So yeah, that's kind of all over the place. However, look, we have 5 discussion questions, and we could choose them, whichever ones we want, or go with all of them. It's just this smorgasbord of ideas. Something that anyone. We even have peer feedback instructions where they give the students down here ways to begin responding to one another. So we have more of that participation between students, which teachers always love. So, but let's just say, I don't know, this is probably a little too broad. You know, we got so much going on. We have so much to cover with this one. I wanted to focus on, let's say, just feminism in Wuthering Heights. So I'm going to come up here to here. This is how can I make this discussion prompt better. I would like this post to focus solely on feminism in the novel. And so let's see how that changes it. Okay, it's thinking, it's conjuring, it's well, I don't know, would you call that thinking? All right, so here we are, learning goals, and you see, keyword changed from conservatism to feminism, just like I asked it to, as depicted in Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights. The representation of gender roles, power dynamics, and challenges faced by women. So yeah, again here, we would put in the media, the book itself probably, the chapter we want, and of course we got 5 lovely questions to choose from, or to just dump on your students all in one, right? And then down here, like before, we have the sentence stems for the students. So that is almost a large and short of it. So let's see. I like this as it is. So what I would do is select the course that I've already created for this demonstration. You would have all your courses here. I would say my first course, it's just what I titled it, just to kind of learn about this app. And I would want it to go in my first course. Great. So that's where it is, up there. Over here, then, I don't want to add it to my portfolio. I would come over here to create the round table. They call the discussion post a round table. So we're going to go ahead and let it create. So again, it's got to think about it for a little bit. Okay, it was created successfully. So here we are. This is where we would see student responses to the prompt and to each other, but obviously there being no students, we don't really see that right now. But over here, these 5 things is we're going to be looking at. So far to the left, starting with prompt, you could go over and review the prompt as you wrote it, and you could go to settings, and you could require submission. Of course, you probably want to do that, especially if you're taking it for a grade. They can be anonymous, where they get the chance to use pseudonyms or not. I could set a due date whenever I want. I could adjust notifications, or I could even have Genie feedback, have AI to help improve submissions on roundtable assignment criteria. So, so it's still learning from me and from the responses from my students. So, and yeah, I could even have my own rubric in here. Whatever I would like. Okay, got it. All right. So basically, it works with the instructor a whole lot. There's just a lot of potential here. So yeah, discussion, and of course, that's like I said earlier. This is where I'd see everything, and then summary. This is the really interesting parts. This is where they break down the data you do get. So all the way starting here at the right, we can find the average length in words of each student comment in the round table. So just generally, how much are they responding to it? Over here, I could see about like kind of more or less who submitted, who has commented, who has received comments, and just kind of helps me dig faster through that. It'll tell me what words were like mostly used. If they're using the keywords I taught them, which is important to me as an educator. And again, over here, the comment cord, a summary of comments and replies between students. So I could kind of, it's like a visual of who commented to whom. It creates like this kind of spider web over here, which is really cool. So the last one then is the table itself, where over here to the left, I would have all types of student names. Where they completed, what their word count is. Again, just another breakdown of the data. Who has read all the comments. Again, the common words that are used, and then just, all these other ways of assessing the student from their new insights, whether they had like good new insights, connected the ideas, challenges ideas, thoughtful questions, and it'll tell me who here did which of that. So this AI program is really useful. I hope you guys find it useful. And that's all I have for today. So thank you guys so much for viewing, and I'll see you next time.